Welcome everybody. We have the brand new LG G5 now here on the table, the latest flagship product by LG, the Korean company that's the second biggest, I would say, vendor from Korea after Samsung, obviously, with the G5, now a smartphone that has a full unibody metal design, which was lacking for the last few years, but LG still wanted to keep the removable batteries. So as you can see, when you open up the box, you will have the removable battery here already visible in the package design, which is quite interesting. And there will be also a lot of different things that you can add on the bottom. We have shown you that from the Mobile World Congress 6 or 7 weeks ago, which will be quite interesting. So you can see here the package is quite simple. It says Qualcomm Snapdragon here on the back, since we have the latest and fastest Qualcomm processor inside, like you also have in the Samsung smartphones in a few countries in the world. And also the latest HTC 10 has the 820 processor by Qualcomm inside, which is really amazingly fast. Also the 4 GB of RAM, as in all the other smartphones are or is also in the LG G5. We have here the Titan color, so the dark gray color, which I will show you now when we take it out of the box. So, as I said before, removable battery is a big thing here for LG, so we will show you that in a second how it works. First of all, let's just take out the phone and put it to the side, since that's something we'll take a look at in just a second. First, what else will be inside the box when you will buy this for about $700 without a contract? Obviously, you have a charger, a cable, and there will be a headset and some manuals inside, but right now this is just a press sample, so the headset is missing, which is a little bit sad, but it should be probably the latest quad beat headset. Now with the USB cable, again, quite important, we have here the Type-C connector that you have also on the Huawei P9, for example. And also the latest HTC phone. Only Samsung is still sticking to the micro USB port, the regular one, because of the VR headset that they launched. That's what they said, at least in a press release. So here we have the latest Type-C connector, which means you can plug it in any way you want. And also with USB 3.0, it will be a little bit faster for data transfer, not just 2.0 like in the previous USB connectors. Also for charging, this has fast charging technology inside by Qualcomm, so fast charging 3 chargers will work with up to 18 watts. Here we have 9 volts and 1.8 watts, so almost 18, that's 16 or 17, so you can really quickly charge a 2800 milliamp battery in about 1 hour, 1.5 hours. But what's more important is you can go from 0 to 80% of the battery in just 30 minutes, which is quite awesome. Here the new fast charging technology. So that's from the content of the box. Let's check out the phone again on this not pre-production but full mass production phone now. So it looks quite beautiful already. It's on, as you can see. I can turn it on quite quickly for you guys, but first we want to see the hardware a little bit, so you can see also it's not the thinnest phone, but it's, as I said, a full metal phone here on the top. On the bottom this is a little bit of plastic, obviously, since that's the part that you can take off for the battery. What you have here is a fingerprint reader with the on and off switch, as usual with LG, and the volume rocker is just on the side. And then also we have a tiny little button here on the bottom that you can barely see. That's just for pressing, and then you could and then the battery pops out a little bit here on the bottom, and you can just pull it out. But once you press the button, it still actually works. So if you just press this on the bottom by accident, the phone won't turn off right away. So let's just continue with the other side, where we have the SIM card and the micro SD card slot right here. You just need a little pin removal tool that will be also inside the box, obviously, in the full retail version, but we have just a press device right here. And then we have not only a headset jack on the top, but still infrared also. That's missing now on all the premium devices except for the Huawei P9 Plus that also has an infrared port on the top. Now if you're wondering why we had 2 cameras on the back, it's quite simple. One is 60 megapixel with the regular 80 to 90 degree angle that you could shoot photos regularly at, and the other one is a 8 megapixel camera with a much better wide angle, 135 degree wide angle lens, so you can choose between the both which one you want. LG had that technology actually on the front for the V10, but now they put it on the back. What we also have is still the same sensors as on the G4. So we have the light spectrum sensor to check out what camera and what conditions are perfect for the software to adjust just the colors the right way. Then we have the latest laser focus with dual lasers, and also just a regular flashlight for low light pictures. On the front, regular 8 megapixel camera with no optical image stabilization. Obviously on the back we have an optical image stabilization. And if I take off the bottom, you will see that here we have the huge battery that goes in completely into the back. In this full metal body that you can take out, you can take it off, and you can also stick it back on. It's quite hard to take it off, but you can see it's possible, and it's also possible to just put on some other things here on the bottom if you want to do that. That's also not that hard, and by just pushing it back in and turning it back on, you will see how quickly the LG G5 will turn back on again. On the bottom we have a speaker, microphone, and the Type-C micro USB port, and in a second we can also show you a little bit the camera quality, and then we're already finished here with the LG G5, which is a nice little alternative to the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge or the regular S7, depending on which one you want, with a 5.3-inch Quad HD display, 4 gigs of RAM, and as I said, just really fast processing power and the latest Qualcomm or Snapdragon processor inside, and the latest Google Android Marshmallow software also with the 5.0 LG UX. So what you can see here is on the front, you have a really great camera with 8 megapixel, and if I turn it around, you will see on the back also it's really quite fast, and especially when it comes to focus, it is comparable to an LG S or a Samsung Galaxy S7, but we definitely have to check that out in a separate video if that's really the case, that the focus is as quick. And if you see it here on the side, want a little bit more wide angle, you can see that with the 8 megapixel camera it just looks a little bit better, but then the shapes won't be as straight as before, but it's just nice to have a little bit of a better view, for example, if you need that. So thank you much for tuning in. This was just a really short hands-on and unboxing of the latest LG flagship, the LG G5. Thank you much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. My name is Balazs, and till next time, peace and then again.